Nuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priyahi. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. नमां विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष श्रुवादि पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Okay, chapter 18 and 19. So where do we go? How do we start this? Let's pay our obeisances to Shri Radha Govinda. So we start. So just to summarize what I have been doing. What side of the nectar of devotion we have been studying? What side?
Eastern.
And how many waves are there in the eastern side?
4.
Yeah, what are they?
Samanya Bhakti.
What are the waves called as?
Lahari.
Yeah, so okay, so Anya Lahari, okay. What I meant was northern, southern, eastern, western sides, and then it has 4 waves. And the first wave is called what? Anya Mataji, you said something. Samanya Bhakti?
Yeah, I said, yeah, Samanya Bhakti. I don't know whether it's correct. The 4 waves.
Okay, what are the other one?
The other one is devotional service and practice. Devotional service in bhava, ecstasy, and in love. Devotional service and love.
Very nice. So from preface to chapter 1 is Samanya Bhakti, where preface the author gives introduction to the purpose and history, Hare Krishna, of nectar of devotion. An introduction is Mangalacharan and definition of your devotional service. In Mangalacharan, the author pays obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master, and all the Vaishnavas, and also offers benedictions. Then chapter 1 is characteristics of pure devotional service. And second wave is called Sadhana Bhakti or devotional service in practice, which is of further 2 types, Vedehi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Vedehi Sadhana Bhakti is from chapter 2 to 14 and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is 15 and 16. Second chapter, Principles of Sadhana Bhakti is, and then eligibility of accepting devotional service. That what is the eligibility or prerequisite to start doing devotional service? It depends on in which the 3 kinds of devotees are explained. The Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama, based on one's level of faith and knowledge in nectar of devotion. Okay, and chapter 4 is pure devotional service is free from desire for liberation and sense gratification, where the author gives lots of references in support of how it is free from desire for liberation and sense gratification. 5 is devotional service is self-sufficient and independent. It's not dependent on any required criteria such as birth or purification through Vedic rituals. So sorry, or following the Varnashram Dharma. Okay, and chapter 6 is ways to practice devotional service, where the author lists 64 items of devotional service. 7 is evidence regarding devotional service, do's and don'ts, in which 10 do's and 10 don'ts are explained and 8 further are explained. So total 28. 18, I'm sorry. 10 do's and 8 don'ts are explained. So 18 items are explained. Chapter 8, 19th item onward is explained, in which the 10 offenses to the holy name are also given. So 32 offenses are listed in total. Okay, and then 10 offenses against the holy name. So chapter 9, ways to practice devotional service, explains 22 as 43 of the 64 angas, in which includes emphasis on chanting, deity worship, and praying. Chapter 10 from 43rd to 46 of the 64 Angas, where emphasis is given on hearing and remembering. Chapter 11, the Angas to 47 to 53, in which the devotional service, a practice of devotional service with an attitude of servitude, friendship, and surrender are explained. Chapter 12, from 53 to 64, and then the 5 most potent forms of devotional service are explained. What are the 5 most potent forms of devotional service? Yes, that is most important. You'll be required to list that in the exam also. 5 most potent forms of devotional service.
Deity worship,
Okay.
then hearing Srimad Bhagavatam,
Why can't you all
chanting,
turn your cameras on? The
association.
last class, and everybody is behind. Linit Prabhu is not there, right? Krishna, Kirti Mataji. Did he worship? Then what did you say? Chanting the holy name?
Chanting the holy name, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, association, and living in Mathura or Vrindavan.
You're living in Mathura. Very nice. So, chapter 13 explains that. In 14th chapter, we discussed relation of devotional service to other spiritual practices, where the author explains why certain items commonly thought to be angas of bhakti cannot be accepted as such. Give me an example. Certain items commonly thought to be angas of bhakti cannot be accepted as such. Give me an example.
Being kind or non-violence. Just because a person he has those qualities doesn't mean he is a devotee.
Yeah, so one person is studying. Thank you. Okay, spontaneous devotional service in Ragatmika Bhakti. So the definition of Ragatmika Bhakti is explained in chapter 15. And we discussed the difference between Ragatmika Bhakti and Rag Anuga Bhakti. 16 is spontaneous devotional service in practice, which is called as Rag Anuga Bhakti. 17 is aesthetic love or Bhav. And then why Bhav is different than Ragatmika Bhakti. Or Rag Anuga Bhakti. This is what we discussed. Chapter 18 is how do you know that one is situated in aesthetic love of Godhead? What are the character? I was thinking this question is not asked for the first time. Arjun also asked this question to Krishna in Vrindavan. It's Bhagavad Gita. What does Arjun ask?
What's a Sita Dev Muni?
What are the questions?
Krishna spoke about the turtle, that the tortoise. How
The
he
question,
withdraws
what
all
are
the
the questions?
How does he speak?
chants,
How
yeah.
does
How
he
does he
sit?
walk?
How does he walk?
How does he speak? How does he walk? And then
How does he
How does
engage
he
himself
sit?
with the world? How does he
I,
sit? How does he walk? How does he speak?
how does he sit? How does he walk? How does he speak? And what are the symptoms? Okay. So, and then he asks again the same question one more time in Bhagavad Gita. Where?
When he the transcend the three gunas, what are
Which
the
chapter?
symptoms of the person? 14.
Very nice.
14.21 or 20.
What is the question?
What are the symptoms of the person who has transcended the three gunas?
Very nice.
I don't remember the Sanskrit, the
I don't remember
shloka.
either, but I remember the question. So, Bhakti Shastri means this. And you should be able to. It's not that we studied Bhagavad Gita more than a year ago. The book is closed. So we have moved on. The book is there. I'm there. Everyone is there. What is the problem? Okay. We leave it. So So what are the characteristics? How many characteristics are explained? How many characteristics of a person in aesthetic love are explained?
Nine.
You're
And
asking
become a
me or
vegetarian.
you're telling me?
I'm telling you 9.
Okay. You sounded like you're asking me. Okay. Yes, 9 characteristics. So what are they? So 9 characteristic traits possessed by a genuine possessor of a bhava bhakti explain. Avyartha kalatvam utilizes time in devotional service. Shanti, reserved and perseverant. Okay. The reference is in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 19th chapter, verse 15 of Parikshit Maharaj. It's such a nice definition of what is a perseverance. What is a perseverance? What does Rupa Goswami Prabhupada say? What is the definition of perseverance? People who have spoken will not speak. Who have not spoken will speak. And Kirti Mataji, Inda Dumna Prabhu, Ambika Mataji, you can unmute. Shiva Srinivas Prabhu was here. He also left. What do you mean by perseverance? You don't have to be perfect. What is the meaning?
Never
Hare
give
Krishna
up.
No,
Mataji.
you cannot talk. I asked
Okay.
Kirti Mataji, Inda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Remaining undisturbed even in the midst of all difficulties, all disturbances.
Say that again, the first part.
Remaining undisturbed even in the midst of all disturbances, we are remaining undisturbed.
Yeah. So, yeah, very nice. So, even if there is a reason to be disturbed, the person is not disturbed. Okay, that's called perseverance. That's why the example of Parikshit Maharaj is given. There's a reason. I don't think everyone has read today. Virakti, detached from material attraction. Example was Bharat Maharaj from 5th canto. Or have all the reason to remain attracted. Big house, kingdom, riches, beautiful children, beautiful wife, all the opulences, fame, power. These are things which keeps one attached. He was detached. Man shunyata, pridelessness. Example given was Bhagiratha from Padma Puran, where he became a beggar, and Prabhupada gave example of this Lal Babu from Calcutta, who also became a beggar and started to reside in Vrindavan. Asha Bandha, certain that Krishna will bestow mercy on him. Example, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada composes a prayer in pertaining to the quality of Asha Bandha. That, oh my Lord, what is the prayer? What is the prayer? Am I asking too much? I feel like I'm asking too much. That, oh my Lord. Okay, read it. Eager to serve faithfully, Bilva Mangal Thakur in Krishna Karnamrita. He was so eager that he even poked his own eyes so that he does not get attracted to anything else. Then Nama Gane Sada Ruchi, attached to chanting the holy name. In Krishna Karnamrita, Bilva Mangal Thakur is composing that since I have started to chant and get the taste, what will 1 tongue and 2 ears will do? I want thousands of tongues and thousands of ears. Eager to describe the qualities of the Lord. Again, in Krishna Karnamrita, it is explained that how somebody who has become attached to Krishna wants to explain the qualities. You see, all these are perverted qualities in the material world. You see, some people want to explain and sing the glories of the qualities of their children everywhere, or of their wife or husband, or of their wealth or business or whatever, right? By this time of our lives, we have either become like that or we have either faced people like that. It's not possible that we have not, right? So I always used to think, what is there to okay, this child is getting good marks, very nice for that child, but why are you singing the glories? So, now I understand this is a perverted reflection from the spiritual world, because we actually want to sing the glories of the qualities of the Lord. That is a natural quality, but it is perverted in some way or other. Attraction for living in a place where Krishna has his pastimes. In Padyavali, Rupa Goswami gives glorification of Vrindavan Dham, where he did all the leelas, and Prabhupada gives a very big explanation of all the leelas, like Krishna killed Kaliya, Krishna did Damodar Leela, Krishna killed the cart demon, Sakatasura. All these examples are given. So what are they? Avyartha kalatvam, utilizes time in devotional service. So if I am wasting my time, understand I'm not in the Bhava Bhakti platform yet. Shanti, reserved and perseverant. Virakti, detached from material attraction. Man shunyata. Asha bandha. So the hope, keeps us bound that, okay, Krishna will bestow his mercy on me. It's not possible that Krishna will ignore. Eager to serve the Lord faithfully. Nam Gane Sada Ruchi. Eager to describe the qualities of the Lord. Attraction for living in a place where Krishna has his pastimes. Okay, so these are just the bird's eye view. So I think I kept the link for the class there, for the chapter there. Neophyte or non-devotee exhibiting the signs of bhava, ratha bhava, semblance of ecstasy. Prabhupada writes towards the later part of the chapter, a big, I think it's like, I don't know, maybe like 10 paragraphs. He's explaining that how one has to be careful of the semblance of ecstasy. So, little bit time on that. Is it really possible? If sincere devotee don't attain bhava, how can non-devotees? So therefore, they exhibit only reflection of bhav. Like, for example, shedding tears or showing signs of ecstasy, but it's not going to stay. Okay, now there are two types of Ratha Bhava. What are they? One is that Pratilamba, reflective. Okay, person is corrupt, but motive, but has intense practice. And Chaya, shadow. So now, if such a person who is showing reflective type of bhava is corrupt, has intense practice, but somehow or other associates with advanced devotees, has a chance to become actually in ecstasy. Chaya or shadow is a person executes out of social convention or curiosity, less intense, but especially the person. This is like, I think we all get this. Sometimes we feel like very convinced of Krishna consciousness, right? Sometimes like this is the best thing, and there is nothing, especially when we are in this aesthetic kirtan going on in the temple, that this feeling of lightness and ecstasy comes in the heart. It touches and then goes away. Or when we visit the dham, it's like there's this intense attachment that yes, whatever I'm doing is actually very true. Look, everything is here. Or when we associate with devotees and we see their dedication and determination, then we get really moved by it. So it can be pratibimba is reflective, chaya is shadow. So pratibimba or chaya, what is the difference? Reflective and shadow, because shadow is a reflection. What is the difference?
What we see in the mirror kind of a thing.
Uh-huh.
The mirror image. Chaya is from the sun, is or the light is there and then the shadow is there.
So very nice. So which one is more dangerous?
Pratibam, of course,
Very
corruptive.
nice. Yes. Okay. So, but Krishna is so nice that everyone is given a chance. So understand that either whatever kind of Ratha Bhava one is exhibiting, there is a chance. The chance is not taken away to actually advance. What is it caused by? Like A and B or Pratibimba Chaya is caused by the devotee power, in the sense that we have seen someone exhibit that, and then there is a desire to do. I always think it like, you know how little girls or now boys also maybe, they want to play with the cooking set. We've seen children playing with the cooking set. What is it caused by? Because they have seen some elder person in the family doing it. They want to imitate. So what is it caused by? Because we have really seen someone, or we have a memory of it somewhere. So we also want to be like that. There's a desire. Uh-oh. Okay, how to convert Rata Bhava to genuine Bhava? By service to Guru. By overcoming the offenses. Whatever attachments, real or imagined, will disappear away. Worst offenses is one to be the God, or become one with God, or become God. So this is very nice. It's not very difficult how to convert Rata Bhava to genuine Bhava by serving the Guru and by overcoming the offenses or not committing the offenses. By service to the Guru, the mercy will flow, and by overcoming the offenses, whatever attachments we have, real or we can imagine our attachments to so many things, they will leave us. Unexpected symptoms, those who are genuine. If without going regular principles, one develop high standard of devotion. Example, there's somebody who's genuine but has not followed the regulatory principles and but has developed high standard of devotion. Example,
Gopis, Mataji.
very nice. So the gopis of Vrindavan, they can do that because they have formal life credits and now temporarily stop because of offenses, or can steadily progress only in association pure devotees, and now have been given second chance. If see someone like that, now naturally not all is applicable to the gopis, but it is possible that somebody might have a natural attraction to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The cause we cannot see, but there is a devote. There is have I told you about this peacock in Gita Nagari? We call him Sham. Gita Nagari has so many peacocks, like 40 peacocks and maybe 50 peahens, and then they have so many children. Everywhere you walk, there are peacocks and peahens. Okay, and then they live in one part of the dham. Okay, it's a very big property, so you have to like either walk or drive down to the temple area. So the peacocks like to live with the cows. They are in that area. All right. So, but then there is one peacock which lives right outside the temple. The temple entry is a ramp. You have to like ramp up. So it's on an elevation, but he lives right outside. I have never seen him in the past decade go and associate with any other peacock ever. I have never seen him. Mangalarti time, he's outside. He knows he cannot go inside, so he's outside the door. When Damodar's darshan is on, he's right there, and he's just there. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether it's windy, whether it's hot, whatever it is. So we all are convinced that this is not an ordinary person. You know, he's not an ordinary person. We have named him Sham. So nevertheless, so he only eats. He does not eat insects. I've never seen him eat any insect or anything. He eats whatever the devotees give. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm not watching him 24/7. But during COVID, when we lived there, my children would play with him and go feed him. So he said, Mama, he doesn't eat what normal peacocks would eat. So it is by report. Okay. I didn't do research. But the quality is so like attractive. Like when you go on seeing such a living entity, like go on seeing so attached to the deities, like, yes, it is some devotee who actually got a body of peacock now and just doesn't want to do anything else other than being there with the devotees and the deities and hearing the holy name. It is very amazing to see someone like that. So how formal life, like, and there were some offenses, and then now is associating with the devotees. So if person in bhava platform has fault, yes. Is it serious? No, because lingering traces may momentarily manifest. So we say, okay, in the grand scheme of things, Bharat Maharaj got 3 lives. It's a big deal. Actually, it's not, because he was very quickly re-established, and just 3 lives. How many lives we have gone through? So how should one see it? Disregard the faults. Very soon, a person will become perfect. And in Narsimha Puran, it is stated that illumination cannot be checked by the pockmarks of full moon. Like, moon has spots, but the illumination of moon is not checked because there are spots in the moon. So very important. Understand. So how many characteristics of your devotional of a person in Bhava Bhakti? How many characteristics? How many
9.
characteristics did you
9.
study? 9
9.
characteristics. And then we studied that what is the pure, the 9 characteristics of pure bhava. And then we also studied the reflective bhava, or the chaya bhava, pratilimba and chaya bhava. And then we studied that in bhava, if somebody has some unwanted qualities, how should one see that? So this is how the chapter is divided into 3 main things: characteristics of pure bhava, warning about reflective and shadow bhava, and then if a person in bhava has the mongering qualities, how should one see that? Okay, now this is the last part of the first Eastern section, devotional service and pure love of God. This is just an introduction, prema bhakti. What is the definition? When the bhava softens the heart completely, it becomes endowed with a great feeling of possessiveness in relation to the Lord and becomes very much condensed and intensified. It is called prema. So, primary characteristics: intensified, fully mature state of bhav. Secondary characteristics: completely softens the heart and highly possessive ownership of Krishna. What does it mean? That one is very much aligned in service to Krishna in their relationship to Krishna. Okay, you cannot tell Mother Yashoda to act like Krishna's friend. It's not possible for her. She's Krishna's mother. She's very much aligned to that principles, and she's gonna act like the mother with the utmost perfection of how to be the mother. Right? You cannot tell Arjun to become Krishna's father like that. So it's very, they're doing their service in that highly possessed ownership of Krishna. That if Mother Yashoda, like, always think of those examples. If she doesn't feed Krishna, she thinks Krishna is going to die. He's going to starve. I have to do, I have to do, I have to do. But there is one devotee in ISKCON. Sannyasi is very nice. His name is Radha Govind Maharaj. Okay, he does amazing Damodar Leela. Every year in Damodar month, I hear his recording. He speaks in Hindi. So he says, you see, we think we are devotees because we are doing puja every day. But but what is the real deal behind this? Most of us are doing that जय जगदीश हरे, बहुत संकट है हमारे, संकट हरे, but I don't have to worry about offering you bhoga, because you are the Jagadish. You can feed yourself, but just take my worries away. Bhakta Jano ke sankat hare, that song. So he says this is not bhakti, this is transaction. I mentioned this one time in my 18-day classes, and so many people got offended. But what to do, it's a reality. So the bhakti is, this prema bhakti is that the role is reversed. I don't have any problem for myself, but I want you to be okay. Because without my service, you will not be okay. This is how devotee is feeling. So types of prema, Mahatmya Gyan mixed with knowledge of Lord's Majesty, and Kevala unmixed, Raganuga. So in Chandra Kanti Puran, there's so many examples given in this chapter from this Chandra Kanti from Padma Puran, who actually sounds like is one of the associates of the Sakhis. So Raganuga sadhana and then Kevala Bhakti. Now, how do we achieve? So Mahatmya Gyan is like mixed with the knowledge of Krishna is great. Now, where do we see that? I know this chapter is just giving us an overview and is not going in detail, but I'm just curious if you know.
Can you repeat the question again, Mataji? Mahatma Gyan?
It's like mixed with the knowledge that of Krishna's majesty. Krishna is great.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, couldn't get the question, Mataji.
I'm asking example of a Mahatmya Gyan. Bhakti, Prema Bhakti,
Uddhava,
Mahatmya Gyan. Huh?
Uddhava and his mom Devaki and Vasudev, can we say, because they also knew his greatness. At the same time, they had Vatsalya also.
All the Dwarka residents.
Yeah. Yes, we can say, I think we can say that. Both of you are sounding right. So Mahatma Gyan is achieved by Vitehi Sadhana, and then Lord's extraordinary mercy can give also Prema Bhakti, which is, the example is the gopis. See, this chapter, I'm kind of mixing other chapters in it because this is just an overview of what is Prema Bhakti, what are the kinds, and not much is explained. So two types of prema: spontaneous attraction to Krishna, which is said to be extraordinary mercy of Lord, can be placed under Mahatmya Gyan. Yeah, I was thinking about Prahlad Maharaj. Vaikuntha, Mahatmya Gyan Prem, and then Kevala Prem, which is seen in Vrindavan devotees. Okay, evolution of Prem is described in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Pure love of God fully awakens. How? The 9 stages of bhakti. Ado Shraddha. What are the 9 stages? Tell me. Shraddha.
Shraddha, Sadhu
Sadhu
Sangha,
Sangha,
Okay, one
Bhajan.
second. We are 6 people, one each. And I'm going to tell the name. So you better hear out the person before you. Supa Mataji says Shraddha. Okay, who is this? Then
Sadhu
Andrea
Sangha.
Mataji. I'm going to call out. So Andrea Mataji.
Sadhu Sangha.
Then Indra Prabhu.
Bhajan Kriya.
Kirti Mataji.
Anartha Nivritti Mataji.
Ambika Mataji.
Nishta
Ambika.
Mataji.
Huh?
Nishta. Nishta.
Nishtha. She said Nishtha.
Is she
Nishta.
right?
Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti. Yes, Mataji.
Ruchi comes after singing. Ruchi comes before Nishtha. Okay, thank you. Shiva Srinivas Prabhu. After Nishtha. He can't. Okay, then we reinvent the wheel. Rupa Mataji.
Ruchi,
Okay, and then Anya Mataji.
Nishtha.
Ho gaya
After
Nishtha.
Ruchi,
Asakti.
Asakti.
If we were in the class right now, I will let you take the podium and I'll walk out. You abuse me because we are online. Bhava and then Prema. Okay? So, Shraddha brings one to the association of the devotees. Who are these people? Let me check out. Most of us came like that. Now, who are these people? The curiosity. We see. They look nice. Bhajan Kriya. In Bhajan Kriya, the shelter begins. Anartha Nivritti, where we become, when the undesirable impediments dissolve. Nishtha, when becomes steadily fixed and constant and attentive. Ruchi becomes taste. Asakti were more attached. Fervent desire, emotional addiction. Fervent desire. Bhava is, of course, ecstasy, and then prema. Mysterious nature of prema, one in prema of Krishna sometimes appears happy, sometimes appear unhappy. When I have example of understanding all this, I think of Prabhupada. Okay, so I'm just sharing some pearls of wisdom. Whatever quality of a saint you have problem in understanding, think of Prabhupada. Internally relishing the topmost bliss, therefore difficult to appreciate the treasure of prema bhakti. So Lord Shiva tells this to Parvati. So this is the end, basically. So 17th describes the Bhava Bhakti or ecstasy. 18 chapter symptoms of Bhava Bhakti. 9 characteristics are described, and also the warning is given of the reflective and the shadow, Pratilimba and Chaya. And also, if a person in Bhava Bhakti has some mongering qualities, how do we look at them? And then in 19th chapter, just the definition and means to attain Prema Bhakti are described. And it is also written that Prema is gradually evolving from Shraddha. So it's a gradual evolution in most of the cases. And in very rare cases is just granted, like in the case of gopis. I think we stop here. Any questions? I don't know what the time is. Reflections. Yeah, I'm going to go over. Oh.